Listen carefully. Most people live their relationships like they're in an interview they never stop attending. They perform, they impress, they adjust, they over-explain, not because they're fake, but because they're afraid. Afraid that if they show their real standards, real expectations, real boundaries, they'll be replaced. So they shrink, and slowly they turn love into approval-seeking. But attraction doesn't grow in approval. It grows in certainty. The moment you start trying to be chosen, you unconsciously place the other person above you. You stop relating as equals and start negotiating for acceptance. And people rarely respect what negotiates for permission to exist. Let's break a hidden truth. Confidence isn't thinking you're better than others. Confidence is knowing you're not competing with anyone. When you operate from comparison, every disagreement feels like danger. Every delay feels like rejection. Every change in tone feels like a threat. So you react emotionally. You text too much. You explain too long. You apologize for things you didn't do. You tolerate what confuses you, not because you're weak, but because you're trying to secure certainty externally instead of internally. But attraction works the opposite way. People feel safe around someone who already feels safe within themselves. That's why the most respected individuals don't chase clarity. They create it. They say, "I like this. I don't accept this. I'm okay either way." And suddenly the interaction changes because emotional pressure disappears. Here's the uncomfortable part. Many relationships don't fail due to lack of love. They fail due to lack of emotional position. One person becomes the evaluator. The other becomes the applicant. And once that dynamic starts, respect quietly erodes. Why? Because the human mind associates value with selectiveness. When someone accepts everything, the brain interprets it as low cost. When someone chooses carefully, the brain interprets it as high value. This isn't manipulation, it's perception psychology. You don't have to say, "I'm valuable." Your decisions say it automatically. Think about the difference. A person who says, "I just don't want to lose you," versus, "I want this." But it has to be healthy. The first speaks from fear. The second speaks from standards. Standards create emotional stability. And stability is attractive because it feels predictable, not boring, safe. A calm person is powerful because they don't need immediate reassurance to remain grounded. They don't rush conversations. They don't panic during silence. They don't escalate during tension. They observe first. And observation changes everything. Because most conflict isn't about what happened. It's about what people imagine happened. Insecurity fills gaps with worst-case stories. Security waits for facts. So the person with emotional control becomes the emotional anchor, and humans naturally respect the anchor. Another shift happens when you stop trying to be chosen. You start evaluating instead of convincing. You notice effort. You notice consistency. You notice emotional availability. Instead of asking, "Do they like me enough?" you ask, "Does this connection improve my peace?" That single mental shift restores balance instantly. Because attention is power. Where your attention goes determines your emotional position. If all your attention goes to keeping someone, you lose yourself. If some attention stays on your standards, you keep respect. Here's the paradox. The less you try to hold someone, the more natural the connection becomes, because pressure disappears. No one enjoys feeling responsible for another adult's emotional stability, but everyone appreciates someone who chooses them freely. Choice feels good. Obligation feels heavy. and people move toward what feels light. This is why emotional independence doesn't push people away. It filters them. The wrong people leave because they can't control you. The right people stay because they can trust you. Trust doesn't come from promises. It comes from predictable character. A person who stays calm during uncertainty, speaks directly during tension, and keeps dignity during disagreement, creates emotional safety. And emotional safety is the real foundation of attraction, not charm, not looks, not perfect words. So stop trying to say the perfect thing. Say the honest thing calmly. Stop trying to secure outcomes. Secure your behavior. Because in the end, respect is not granted to the person who needs the relationship the most. It's given to the person who remains themselves inside it. When you become the choice instead of seeking it, relationships stop feeling like tests and start feeling like experiences. And ironically, that's when people choose you the most. If this shifted your perspective, don't just agree with it, practice it. Because confidence isn't understood intellectually, it's demonstrated behaviorally.